people, welcome back to my tutorial for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for your love and your kindness, and please, if this is your first time stopping by, kindly help us by hitting on that red icon to subscribe and also touch the notification bell to get yourself notified whenever I upload a new video. So now today's class we shall be looking at how to make a flay handkerchief dress. Okay, all right, so here I'll be making use of this skin fabric, okay, and it's a little bit stretchy. Okay, so here we'll be cutting out the upper part first before the down part. All right, so from here I have my half length. The half length I'm working with is 18 inches. Okay, all right, so from here I have my half length. I have 18 inches here. My half length is actually 17 inches. I added extra 1 inch for the joining. I'll be using half to join the down part and half for the shoulder. Okay, all right. So here we are cutting the sleeve and the neckline together. Okay, so what you have to do is just to take your measurement from where you want the slit to start from. Okay, round over to the cross your shoulder to the other hand. Okay, so whichever place you want it to stop, you measure it. Or you can add up if for instance that you want your sleeve to be 8 inches or 10 inches. Okay, we have two hands. Okay, that's two sleeve. That's 10 plus 10 will give us 20. Then you plus it to your shoulder measurement. So here I'm working with 10 inches plus 2 will give us times 2 will give us 20. Okay, all right, so the shoulder I'm working with is 16 inches, so put together will give us 36 inches, and when divided into 2 we have 18 inches. Okay, so here I will take my measurements. Okay, here I folded this fabric into 4, so we are cutting the back and the front together. So I'm starting my measurement from this folded part. All right, so from here I will take my measurement, which is 18 inches. Okay, all right, so I'll mark the 18 inches here. I'll mark the 18 inches. Okay, so the next thing to do is to consider the neckline. Okay, so here I'm making use of 6 inches. Okay, and of course thus the dress, the upper part will be as if it's falling at one shoulder. Okay, but you can also make it to stand straight. I will show you after we make the dress. Okay, so here I will mark my 6 inches. Okay, so coming down to this 1 inch here, I'll come down by coming down to this 18 inches. I'll come down by 1 inch, so I'll mark my 1 inch. Okay, what I will do now is just connect from this 1 inch to this 6 inches. Okay, so I'll just make a straight line here to connect it. Okay, so next thing is to determine our breast point. So from the shoulder I will mark the breast point, which is 12 inches. Okay, and I'll also mark our armhole. The armhole I'm working with is 18 inches. Divide by 2 to give us 9. So here I'll mark my 9 inches. Okay, so I'll just make a straight line here. Okay, so here we draw connect our line for our shoulder to our nipple measurement. Okay, that's our bust point. So this next one now, actually we fold from this place, from this initial measurement to shoulder to take our armhole measurement, but because we have taken out one, so it's supposed to be from this one now that we'll take our armhole measurement. Okay, so actually our line is supposed to be there and not here. Okay, so please ignore this line. So we are making use of this line now. Okay, all right, so now the next is to impute our bust measurement and our waist measurement. So the bust I'm working with is 41 inches, okay? So divide by 4 will give us 10.25. So here I'll mark my 10.25. And because I want those dress to be a free dress, I will add extra 1 inch for our ease and 1 inch for our seam allowance. So the waist I'm working with is 36 inches divided by 4 to give us 9 inches, okay? So here I will mark my 9 inch. Okay, then I'll add extra 1 inch for our dart, then 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for seam allowance. Okay, so altogether at the waistline I added 3 inches, 1 inch for our dart, 1 for our seam allowance, and 1 for ease and 1 for seam allowance. That is 3 inches allowance for the waist. Right at the bust we added only 2 inches, 1 for ease and 1 for seam allowance. Okay, so from this armhole now I will just connect it this way to meet my bust measurement. Okay, then down to my waist. Okay, all right, just from this point just connect it this way to meet here. Okay, and also at this point, okay, before I notch it, let me just cut it out. Remember that this is a straight neck, so we no need of taking out anything, but if you feel like you don't want it to choke you, you can just go ahead and cut out what you want. Okay, I think okay. Okay, so this place now will serve as a guide, so when we are closing up the shoulder point, reaching here will stop. Okay, all right. So now I will just go ahead and impute my darts, okay? In case you don't know, just from this point, from this folded point, just take your nipple to nipple measurement. That's different between your two nipples. Mine is 8. So here I will just take my 4 inches, okay? And I'll come up by 5 inches for the front. Okay, so my dart will stop here. So from here now I will just connect it this way, connect it this way, just take half inch here. Okay, this is the midpoint. Just measure your half inch here, your half inch here, then connect it here and connect it this way. So here I'm going to hold my dart that way. Okay, all right, so I'll just rush to my machine now and do the needful, and after that I will use my bias to turn up the neck. You can also feel free to cut out a facing to turn the neck, whichever one you feel that you want. Okay, okay, now so I've gone ahead to join the upper part, and I've also taped my neckline using my bias. Okay, initially I said I used 6 inches for the neckline, but I added extra 1 inch, making it 7 because it didn't give me what I want. Okay, so I increased it to 7 inches. All right, and for the front part I removed half an inch here. As you can see, the back is not longer than the front, okay, because it was too high for me. I just removed half an inch, okay. Then I now tape the neck with my bias. I've also joined the shoulders and the body, okay. The next thing to do is to cut the down part of our dress, the handkerchief part. So what I will do now is to take the circumference of my waist measurement, okay. So I will just take the circumference of this waist. So whatever thing I have, I will divide it by 6.28, okay. All right, so because of the table I'm making use of is not that wide enough. So for that, I won't be cutting the material, but instead I will use a pattern paper to give the illustration, to teach you how to cut your handkerchief plate. Okay, so here I have my pattern paper. So what I will do is just fold it into two and fold again, making it into four as if we are cutting a normal peplum. Okay, all right, so here I folded into two and I fold again, making it into four. Okay, so here we serve as our waist measurement. So here we're taking our waist circumference. So when we measure our waist, whatever thing we have, well, for instance, we have 36 inches for the waist and we added extra inches. So when we take the round of our waist, whatever thing we have, we divide it by 6.28. Okay, all right. So let's say that when after taking the measurements and dividing, that what we have is, or what we have after dividing is 3 inches. Okay, I said take for instance, so take your own measurement, whatever thing you have, divide it by 6.28 and use what you got. So here I'm just saying, let's take our measurements. Okay, let's just take 3 as what we got after taking the measurement and dividing by 6.28. So here I will take my 3 inches measurement. So here I have my 3. So I will just take my 3 inches round. Okay. Okay. So here I will just connect it. Okay. So here is our waist measurement. Okay. Okay. So the next thing to do is to consider the length of our dress. Okay. So for the dress we are making, the measurement I'm working with is 40 inches. I added extra 1 inch for our joining to make it 41 inches. Okay, then remember that our half length is 17 inches. So that 17 minus 41 will give us 24 inches. Okay, all right. So now for this point, the shorter part of our handkerchief length will be 24 inches. Okay, then I'll be adding extra inches that will make it that will form the handkerchief. So I'll be adding extra 8 inches to it. Okay, so there we have 2, 3. There we have our 32 inches. Okay, all right. So for the longer part will be 32, while the shorter part will be 24, which is our normal measurement. Hope you understand. Okay, so here I will remember that this is just an illustration. Okay, so we are not taking exactly our measurements here. Just follow this and you will get what you want. So take your shorter measurement at this point. Okay, at the length of this your dress. Okay, so here let's see what we have here. Okay, here I'll be taking 10 inches. Okay, so I'll be making use of 10 inches here. Okay, so that's 10 inches. I'll also come here at this edge also and mark the 10 inches. Okay, so here I have the length of okay, this is up to 18, so I'll make use of this 18. So I added my 8 inches that I'll be adding as my normal dress to this. Okay, remember we have 10 here, so when we add it 8 we have 18 inches. So from here I will mark my 18 inches. Okay, which is here. I measured 10 inches here, which is our normal length, short length. Okay, then the same thing I measured here again, which is our normal short length. So the what will make it to form the handkerchief depends on you. Okay, it depends on how long or how lengthy you want it to be, but I think 8 inches is very perfect. Okay, for me, remember we have already added our folding allowance, okay, to our normal measurement, so that 8 inches is perfect. I'm no more adding extra thing for the folding. Okay, so here we have the 18 inches. So what I would do is to connect this with a straight line. I'll just connect this. Okay, so here is where our 18 stopped. All right, so here again I will connect this 10 inches, that is this point, to this 18 this way. Okay, so we will go ahead now and cut this out. Okay, hope it's clear enough. All right, just cut this out this way. Then cut this. Then I'll go ahead and cut out this, our waist measurement. Okay, so this is what we have. All right, so when we open it up, we have this. And this forms our beautiful handkerchief dress. Okay, so we have 4 sides that is long, and we have 4 sides that is short, which is this point, last point. Okay, all right, so in fixing of it, let me go back to our initial measurement, initial folding. Okay, okay, so this is it. So I'll just notch here. I'll just notch out one end this way. Okay, remember our dress is not, there is no zip at the upper part. This dress is, because it's a stretchy fabric, we won't be adding any zipper. If in case you're making use of, if you want to show the style using a fabric that needs a zipper, okay, what you will do is, after doing it this way, you just open it up, okay, from the shorter part, not the longer part of the dress, not the longer part, but the shorter part. Okay, just open it straight this way. But since we are not adding a zipper to our dress, no need of open, or not, no need of opening. Okay, it's just perfect this way. So what you will do is notch this point, okay, then open it up. Then coming to the upper part of our dress, we'll fold it into 2 this way. Okay, then we'll notch, make sure it's equal, then you notch the center part. Okay, all right. So in fixing now, you make sure that this one of the notch goes in this way and the other notch joins with this. Hope you understand. Hope it's well understood. So here, just make sure that you notch the center part of the dress, okay? Then you fix it, making it to join the center part where you notched at your down part, okay? Then you stitch it round. Okay. So it will be like this. The shorter parts will be at the front, then these longer ones will be by the side. All right, so as you can see, it's very, very easy, quick, and beautiful. All right, so thank you so much for watching to the end. And please, if you have not subscribed, do well to do so. So you will see this beautiful dress when I put it on to see the fittings. Okay, thank you. Love you all. Bye.